Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is a Game War in the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my play by evil match against Xargun. He is the Allied commander, and for me it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1 on game version 26B, and this will be also the second March of 42 turn. I can get some free dot bases in the Pacific. So, no sub-activity, no Navy engagement, maybe daytime? Looks not. So no immediately response from the Allied side for my landing at New Zealand. Means I can maybe unload most of my troops at the end of the turn. Also is the most critical phase maybe. All the troops on these ships are very easy to sink with airstrikes or navy engagement, but if the Allies let me unload quietly, then why not? I sweep still over Bendoing to see if there's maybe enemy head coming up. The little support in the Mongolian front. There was a strong Allied Navy surge in New Zealand, so Xargun will know what ships I have in position. I was able to bring in also 45 zeros, so for local cap, because I expected here normally Catalinas or whatever to strike me, but so far no. Tja. And this was the chance to really strike and hurt my invasion fleet. Not happened. I'm fine with it. So, taking more dot bases. This is still more or less a attrition warfare in the mountains. I have the supplies, I have the guns. Here I break now finally the southern block road. So this is now the end of the Chinese campaign to control the highways in the high mountains. If I can break them here, I can break also every other base. And Bendoing is more or less to see if my guns can inflict some damage on the Dutch. At the same time I try to prepare to take the rest of the bases on Java. Yeah, and also I get a feeling for how strong is the Allied army. Good. And some bases. So overall nothing really important happened. But without, included a battle had not occurred. But For me, it's much more important is that my troops are unloading at New Zealand, so I can get my Japanese D-Day on New Zealand. And there's no enemy really to stop me. Good. But not really action. I lost one of my scout airplanes. Luckily without the pilot. It's a Navy pilot. There was no sinking sound, so no ship sunk. In China was only this one major battle with a victory for me. My troops are a little disabled, but nothing gets destroyed, so that is all fine. Maybe I will rest 1 or 2 days, but I want to open this highway, main road, that I can get more easily supplies to Xi'an and later to Lenzhou and get the oil down from Lenzhou to the heavy industry area in Beijing, Shanghai, Nanjing and so on. The rest is all movement, everything is fine. Burma, no activity. My Thai force is still trying to reach here this border location. This is the end because there's a border and the house rules say Thai units cannot enter India. So I cannot really walk into India with my Thai forces, and the Navy Guard unit alone on its own is too weak. Everything else is moving. I will soon arrive in Oosthaven. I arrive here. Maybe this is the end of this Dutch units. Finish them off. Surrounding Bendoing. I have a Navy Guard unit will more or less take this highway to take these 2 bases. And 1 or 2 divisions going to take Batavia, and other units will enter more or less Bendoing from every direction, so that later on I will control all these borders around the main hex, so that the Dutch forces can only escape to this hex if they want to escape, or they must surrender. Everything else is fine. I prepare my invasion for Darwin. I'm already in position. I could now rush in, but I get no detection up to now. So I can maybe, because if I rush now in, I only get 1 unload phase. And if I can get 3 more hexes closer, then I can get, I think, 2 unload phase per day or per turn. So I will maybe try to sneak in 3 more hexes and see if there's any airstrike coming, because there's still a lot of air power. We will see. And at the same time, nothing to see here, only unloading troops. So now I have 1, because I just enter with my ships this hex, so I get only the last pulse for unloading my units and supplies. So more or less, because I was outside far away before to get a distance from enemy airstrikes, but now I have here fighters, so I hope the risk is now worse to come in, or if there's enemy airstrike coming, then I can only count on my 0 fighters that they hold the line. I see also a lot of enemy subs, Dutch subs here and American subs. Maybe they're on the way to lay siege to port of Gisborne. I'm not sure what they are doing, but they can also run here around, but somewhere they are here to intercept my shipping, if they find something to intercept. So this are the main 2 strikes. Normally, logistic wise, is unloading my divisions, if this is already. Repair also the base, because unluckily the base gets a little damaged, so I need also engineer power to build up the space, get it normally to an airfield of 2, that I can also use it for active duty. Maybe even an airfield of 3 would help me later on to run torpedo bombers or something like this. But in the long run, of course, after everything is unloaded, I have to take Auckland as soon as possible. I will also maybe create a new invasion task force to go for the northern tip of New Zealand, so that I can come from the south side to Auckland and from the north side at the same time to finish this, to take Auckland as soon as possible. This is at the end the number one goal. Once Auckland is under control, it's very hard for allies to ship anything source. But of course, to make it final, I need Wellington and Churchtown. Once Churchtown, I think, is done, it's over. This is the last bastion. And this is, I think, the biggest port and base outside of Auckland and Wellington. And Xargun built this up because you can see here's an airfield of 7 already. That is nice, so I can take it. We will see if Xargun will build here an airfield of 8 or I will build an airfield of 8. So then it's impossible to. I mean, this is only a distance of 9. Yeah. So easy to intercept any ship coming source. Good. At the end, not really too much activity. Maybe tomorrow. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.